What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today in this video, guys, we're going to talk about leverage yield farming. Is leverage yield farming safe? Well, don't worry, guys. We're going to go ahead and talk about this, explain a couple of things. It's a little bit different, guys. It's different than doing leveraged trading. Why is it different? Well, with leverage trading, it's always speculation. Leverage yield farming does have a little bit, but it's a little bit less risky. I'm going to explain it to you guys now, but don't forget, guys, there is a lot of risk. You guys are in DeFi, and well, geez, Phantom of the Opera got me. Well, you guys can lose all of your money, or you can make a bunch of money. Don't listen to me though. Make sure you guys, when you're watching this video, just take the concepts, understanding, and ideas and use them for, well, your research, and you figure it out yourself and do what you want. If you guys are new to this channel and you guys want to get into farms before I even talk about them on YouTube, Telegram chat in the description below. Go ahead and join. It's free to join. And if you guys want to get in the videos before they're even on YouTube, join the Patreon. We got a bunch of videos there. So guys, let's go ahead and talk about leverage yield farming. Dude, is it worth the hype? Well, let's go ahead and explain it. I'm going to talk to you guys about, well, a couple things. And this is going to be kind of like a fireside chat. Not really going to go into the protocols itself, but I'm going to explain a couple of concepts. The first one we're going to explain is Tater Tot. Tater Tot is one of my favorite ones. I love using Tater Tot. The protocol is fun to use. This one is a play on leverage yield farming. This one is a little bit different than something like Tulip, or aka Soul Farm, but we're going to show you guys on this scenario. What they do is when you provide these LP tokens, you're actually going to borrow like tokens, like just Phantom, BNB tokens, and you're going to supply them and boost your LP position. What they're doing on Tarot or Tater Tot, or Taro is really what it's called, but I like to troll. The point is they're actually borrowing both assets. So it's taking, not risk, but it's taking sides on both the Phantom and BNB side for this example. So you're actually borrowing both Phantom and BNB and boosting your leverage position. Now, why is this not as risky as leverage trading? Well, the reason why is if you're borrowing both of those tokens and both of them go up, you're okay. If both of them go down, same thing, you're okay. Your goal is to make sure those tokens stay somewhat in a similar price. Now, this is why it's different than trading, because with leverage trading, you don't know if Bitcoin is going to go up or Bitcoin is going to go down. If you say you do, well, you've lost your mind. In fact, if you do, you really wouldn't even be on this channel or even making a comment, because you'd be a multi-trillion Goodell. I don't even know. There's not even a number to say that, because if you could predict markets, you shouldn't even be here. You would be like, I don't know, have all the money in the world, because you can be like, yeah, it's up, down, whatever. The point is, with leverage yield farming, if you pick like pairs, so say for example, I don't know, let's just say Phantom and BNB, those are going to be similar coins. Typically when the market pumps, those two go up. When the market dumps, well, they typically go down. There is a risk that both of them, however, they do go out of sync. So say for example, Phantom gets hacked, or Binance Chain gets hacked, or SEC comes out, whatever, I don't know, and BNB dumps and Phantom stays the same. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Or you can even pair it with something like Phantom and Ethereum. So Phantom and Ethereum, they're both smart contracts. Let's say they both go up, they both go down at the same time. Maybe not at the same rate, so you got to be careful with the amount of leverage that you provide. But typically when Ethereum goes up, Phantom goes up. So that's something to keep in mind. They're typically like pairs and they go up together. Now there is risk involved because you can pair it with a stable coin. Now the problem with pairing it with a stable coin is if that token goes way up in value, well, you're going to get roasted. If it goes way down in value, you're also going to get roasted, because stable coins typically stay stable. Now, that's a quick overview of Tarot, or Tater Tot, or Taro. I don't know which one's the right one. I like Tater Tot better. So that's the risks involved with leverage yield farming is, well, if you're picking unlike pairs, one goes way up and the other stays the same. Or if, well, if they both go down, you're okay. If they both go up, you're okay. So it's something you can't really factor that in. I would say just the price volatility between the two. So stablecoin, non-stablecoin, big fluctuations. So getting out of that price trading range. So for example, like right here, the TWAP price is 0.004081. Say your liquidation is like 1.001 or something goofy. Let me show you what it looks like. So you guys see here, right here, this one position isn't leveraged, but you guys can see how some of the LP is right here. But this is the TWAP price. It's 0 to infinity. So since I have no leverage, I cannot be liquidated. Well, I mean, if it goes to 0, it's 0, 0. It just matches. So if it goes negative, yes, I could theoretically get liquidated, but at that point, it won't. But anyways, you guys get the point. That's kind of how you can play with Tater Tot or Taro. The next one is Soul Farm. So Soul Farm takes a little different approach. This one allows you to farm with 3x leverage, and you can actually go long or go short. So how would you go long or go short? Well, if you are supplying USDC and you're borrowing, I don't know, let's say Atlas or USDC, like whatever asset you borrow, I mean, it doesn't matter what you supply because they're automatically going to make the LP tokens for you. So like at that instant you deposit, it's going to sell your USDC for an equal 50-50 pair of Atlas. And at that point, you're going to be, well, at risk of what you borrow. So if you're borrowing USDC, your risk is, well, if the tokens go down, because you're borrowing USDC, it's a quote unquote stable coin. So your risk is if USDC stays the same and your token goes down, well, you're going to be taking on more debt because the collateral you put in is the quote unquote USDC / Atlas because they automatically sold the pair for you 50-50, remember? So when that token goes way down, you're buying the dip with your USDC. So now your total value of that LP pair becomes way less than what the amount is that you borrow. So you can be liquidated. However, if you pair it with Atlas and Atlas goes way up, now your lending position or the amount you supply as collateral is going up because you have an LP token that is increasing in price. Yes, you are selling it as it goes up to buy USDC, but still you're gaining more and more USDC as your collateral, and it's causing you to have less risk, and your percentage of debt to income or debt to collateral ratio goes down because the price of your token goes up, so your token's worth more. So say you deposit and it's worth $1 and it goes to $2. Well, now your debt to collateral is 50%. Say you did it was $1 and $1. That's 100% debt to collateral. Why is it 100%? Well, 1 and 1, those are equal. So it's 100%. But now you have 2 to 1. Well, 2 divided by 1 is 50. So that's how you guys can get that. Why is leverage yield farming a little bit less risky? Well, it depends on how much leverage you throw on. So if you're doing like 10x leverage, you are going to see some serious price fluctuations. But if you're doing something like 2 or 3%, it will not be as noticeable. The reason why is because if you pair it with that other coin, it's going to create less volatile action, is because you're taking on 50% exposure instead of 100% exposure. Now let me explain it like this. So say you pair Bitcoin with one Bitcoin with, let's call it 10,000 USDC. Well, if Bitcoin goes, well, at that point, one Bitcoin equals 10,000. If Bitcoin goes to $5,000, that means you will have, you're buying the dip on it. So you'll have like 1.3 Bitcoins for whatever USDC is in that pool. So like 700 or 7,000 bucks is because you're slowly selling your USDC to buy Bitcoin. However, if Bitcoin goes up, you aren't getting as much intense exposure because, well, let's go back to the first example. If it goes down 7,000 USDC plus 1.3 Bitcoin, saying Bitcoin goes down to 5,000 bucks, what is that? I mean, it would be about $14,000, which your initial investment was 20,000 because one Bitcoin, 10,000 USDC, 10, 10, 20, makes sense. And the reason why you have 1.3 Bitcoins and about 7,000 bucks is because you're slowly buying the dip on Bitcoin. That's if Bitcoin goes to 7,000 bucks. So if you factor that in, that's going to be about $14,000. So you would have lost 6,000. However, if it goes up, now your Bitcoin, you're still going to have the exposure to Bitcoin, but it's going to be less. So now it goes up to, let's say, 17,000 or 15,000. At that point, your position would be like 0.07 or 0.7 Bitcoin, and you'd have like, I don't know, 13,000 USDC because you're selling Bitcoin for USDC. But now you're asking yourself, okay, that's great and all, but why didn't I just hold it? Well, that's what impermanent loss is, guys. So impermanent loss is the loss that you would see if you would have just held the coins. So say, for example, Bitcoin went to $14,000 and I had it when it was 10,000 and 10,000. I would have been better off holding 10,000 USDC and one Bitcoin, because now it'd be worth $24,000 because Bitcoin went from 10,000 to 14,000. So 14,000 plus 10,000 USDC is $24,000, right? But if I did the leverage with the yield farming, so what would my price be then? Well, because you have the rebalancing of the ratios, you would probably have about 0.7 Bitcoins if it went to 14,000 and about 14,000 USDC, or about 13,000. If you take about 0.7 Bitcoins because of the price fluctuations, plus about $13,000 at a $14,000 Bitcoin price, well, your Bitcoin price, or the total Bitcoins in value that you'd have, would be, I don't know, probably about, I'd say $10,000, maybe $9,000, and you pair that with your $14,000, well, you would be sitting at about $22,000 instead of, well, $24,000 if you would have held. The reason why I say about 22 is because you're probably going to have, it's probably going to be about 0.7 Bitcoins, maybe a little bit less. You'll be able to see it when it fluctuates. Trust me. Just try it with a little bit of money, and then you'll be able to see how it works. Obviously, like with Soul Farm, you can have a minimum amount of 50. But just so you guys can understand this, you have to play around with it to see how it works. And once you play around with it and use it, then you'll understand it better. So to sum up this video, leverage yield farming is a little bit less risky, because if you're picking pairs that typically do the same things, like on Tater Tot, it's going to stay in balance. So you're able to play with more money and earn more interest on it. And, well, you can pick pairs that are supposed to be like, and yes, there is a risk that they go out of balance, like one goes up, one goes down. Yes, there is that risk, but typically if you pick similar pairs, they both go up and both go down at the same time. If you don't believe me, just watch Daddy Bitcoin. If Daddy Bitcoin tanks, what do all the other coins do? They typically tank too. I mean, however, if Bitcoin stays stable, maybe they might start exploding, but you guys get the point. And on top of leverage yield farming, you're actually earning fees and earning money while taking on that position. So if you just buy Bitcoin, like you're leverage trading against it, you're actually paying to have exposure to that position, because you're having to pay interest for that position. With leverage yield farming, yes, you are paying for that position, but the profits you're making are paying that off. So your goal with leverage yield farming, depending on the pairs that you want, you kind of want it to stay the same. You don't want the prices to move, because you're just making bank off that farm. It's just rolling in. So that's why leverage yield farming is a little bit less risky than leverage trading. It is not less risky than just LPing, but just wanted to have this little fireside chat with you guys so you guys can understand leverage yield farming. Stay safe out there, guys. Enjoy. And if you guys are new to the channel, like, subscribe, bell button. 3 things for me, guys. And if you guys are, well, in yield farming, tell me what your favorite farms are. What's printing for you? Let's go ahead and leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 17, verses 27. The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even tempered. Guys, you got one mouth, 2 ears. Use your 2 ears, not your mouth. Gotta say thanks to the patrons: Sean Bott, Dawman, Tariq Liu, TL King, JP, PJ, Bernito, Dago Nacho, Matthias, Matt There Is, DMC Codes, isn't that a band? Porkerine, Aw Snap, Roslav Alexandrovich, don't mess with the Russian, boys. Dogs, thanks for watching. Alright guys, if you want to catch me on TikTok, I do daily wisdom one-liners and let you guys see the pets and behind the scenes junk, so here it is. Scan it. Check it out. Bomb. Alright, so next off, guys, if you guys want to support the channel and get paid to do it, you guys can check out Celsius. Celsius is fire, dude. So what's so cool about Celsius is, guys, first off, you can get $40 in free BTC using my referral link in the description below. Just deposit $100. Add in the code BTC50. You will also get an additional $50 if you deposit $400, guys. It's free BTC. Next is Voyager, guys. I also got a referral link in the description below. Instead of just only getting $25, you'll get $25 and some free VGX tokens, guys. Next is BlockFi. BlockFi is part of the quadruple threat. Go ahead and make a deposit. Use this referral link in the description below. You get $100. Depending on how much you deposit, you can get all the way up to, guess how much? $250. All right, so what the pants is Celsius and BlockFi for? Well, you can use both of those as like your bank. They get some pretty nice juicy yields. And Voyager is more so like trading, and it gets some juicy yields as well. And the last one to try is crypto.com, guys. You can trade some like smaller altcoins, and you guys will get $25 in CRO once you guys get the Visa card. Why do I like the Visa card? Well, you can sell crypto and buy some junk with it, so I can buy a sandwich with my crypto. I don't use BTC, but I'll use like stable coins and junk. So anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, that's the quadruple threat. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You'll get paid to do it.